Hello, konnichiwa, this is Etsuna, and welcome back to your Turn to Die Death Game by Majority. So, in the last video, we started off our Alice path with trying to get Reko's treasure, her precious bongos. And yeah, so we had that, and then we also saw now slowly growing towards overcoming the death of Mishima. She finally decided to leave the Mishima AI. And yeah, now we see that Q-Taro and what's-his-face, Ranger, are fighting with Keiji just kind of standing with them. And then Reko's back here. What are you doing, Reko? Exploring comes first. Might find something besides attractions. That's true, as we will find out later. Oh, we can go to other places. Let's quickly check everywhere else. Oh, Mishima. Ah, you are Miss Sutta, wasn't it? Nao told me about you. She said you were very brave and kind. Aw, Nao, you're too sweet. That's not true at all. You're exactly right. You're a kind teacher slash smoker. And Professor Mishima, you are a kind, cigar-loving teacher as well. Cigar? A teacher should not smoke. Don't make such strange suggestions. But you really look like you wanted to smoke. My original did? Perhaps our personalities differ. He's begun to deny his own self. Oh boy, what have we started? Professor Mishima, you're an artificial intelligence, right? Yes, it seems so. I have a memory telling me I am an AI. Perhaps if I didn't have that memory, I would think things like, I'm trapped in a screen, let me out, and so on. He was created by the kidnappers, right? Yeah, surely. There's a lot I could ask. Please ask me anything. I will answer as much as I remember. Alright, is there something you want to ask me? Okay, yeah, let's speed through these. Professor Mishima, how far back do your memories go? I believe I remember becoming a teacher, Miss Nao's graduation, and all the life I led. Aww. Then what about your memories after being brought here, or when you were abducted? I have none. Yes, that's true. I'd actually met with you all already, hadn't I? However, any memory before my abduction, I believe I do not have. Memories from before the abduction, huh? And also, subconsciously, I know that I am an AI, and should answer as many questions as I can. Perhaps I am just programmed that way. So yeah, it really is kind of like the kidnappers are giving us the Mishima AI to kind of play around with and get some clues about, since they're not really making an effort to turn him off. Is there something you want to ask me? About the kidnappers. What do you know about the kidnappers? That is, the people who made you? I know nothing. I have absolutely no memories of that sort. I guess the kidnappers wouldn't leave us clues. To put that another way, maybe they're free to insert and erase memories at will. Apologies, I could not be of more use. About the death game. Do you know anything about the death game? Right. Come to think of it, I had just accepted it, but you all are being made to play this death game, yes? This is an outrageous situation. If only you had some helpful information. Myself, I know nothing. Apologies, I could not be of more use. Oh, that's okay. I'm really happy that we do get, I'm happy that Mishima pops up again later in the game. Like, I know a lot of death game, type games often forget about characters after they die, especially characters that die early on, where you don't really get to know much about them before they're gone, and then they're just never brought up again. But I like how in Your Turn to Die, every character that dies reappears in some way or is brought up in some way. Like with Mishima, we hear about him all the time. We see him a lot in the second chapter, even more than the first chapter, honestly. Especially like with Nao's whole development, we even see a bit of him, like a corrupted version of him in the next chapter, which is nice, in chapter 3. And then, of course, with Joe, he's brought up constantly, happily. Well, not happily, he's not happy. Nobody's happy about it, but it's nice that he's brought up from time and time again. He's not the kind of like childhood best friend who, he was my best friend. Oh no, he's dead. Oh well, I guess I'll just move on. Like, he's brought up often. And then with Kai, he's also brought up constantly, which is nice. And hopefully we'll get to see more of him later on as well. About now. So, about now. My dear student. She came to learn art from me even after graduating high school. Aww. She has greatly matured emotionally. The more you know of her past, the more it brings tears to her eyes. That's interesting. So, we clearly don't know everything about Nao's actual past. In fact, I don't think we know anything about her past, other than she attended an art college. So, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if we'll get to learn more about that. Maybe if we get her personal information, we'll be able to find out a little bit, but probably not as much as the other characters. But yeah, it's interesting that Mishima brings us up that, like, the more you know of her past, the more it brings tears to your eyes. So she must have had something tragic happen to her or to someone in her life. Before the death game, of course. I think that's related to the fact that you died, Professor Mishima. Aww. Yeah, maybe Nao's reaction to Mishima dying is like a reference to her reaction, or like maybe somebody else died in her life early on, and Mishima's death kind of caused those emotions to kind of resurface, and that's why her reactions were so like sudden and like as grand as they were, like with stealing Mishima's head. So I don't know, maybe she has like attachment issues to something. I don't know. Especially considering like she went back to Mishima after graduating. So yeah, that's interesting. It appears I have made Miss Nao suffer greatly. I must let that happen no more. Miss Sara, I have a request. What is it? No, it's nothing. He was probably going to ask us to do what he asks Reko to do later on. I still lack the courage to ask. Yeah, I like that this like is brought up later on too. Like, this whole conversation that we're having with Mishima is something completely unrelated to the rest of the game. It doesn't really give us any information that's necessary, and it's not a required thing that you have to do. In fact, it's often missed. But it's nice that we see that like Mishima telling Reko to destroy him isn't like a sudden idea that he had. Like, he's been planning this right from the moment Nao decided to leave and grow up. So yeah, it's interesting, and it's also interesting to see that the AI also like lacks courage and lacks the ability to ask to be killed, you know? Yeah, I don't know, it's cool. I wonder what that could mean. Is there something you want to ask me? About the original Mishima. So, about the original Professor Mishima. He's died, hasn't he? In such a situation as this, I should have protected Miss Nao, yet you became a victim in order to protect Nao. Aww. Is that true? No human wants to die. The survival instincts that kick in desperate situations can at times result in demonic actions. Oh yeah. I protected Miss Nao, but even so, I do not know if it is right to commend myself. You're a fine person. You were like a saint. You died for no reason. Let's not do that last option. You were a fine person. You were like a saint. You were You were a fine person. Professor Mishima, you are a fine person. I believe I just did all I could. Miss Sara, none of you can give up. Please live and make it home. Aw, for Mishima's sake too. Aw. Well, that was nice. Yeah, I'm glad we came to talk to Mishima. Wonder is broken. Let's stop by the prize exchange. Let's see. This is a prize exchange. Please inform me if you have business. I think, yeah, I've already asked him about all that. Oops, wrong button. Do we still have any items? Actually, no. Alright, not even our tokens are considered an item. Anyways, we're gonna ignore them for a little longer. Our bedroom, is there anything in here? No. Let's go to the relaxation room. I don't think we've actually been there yet. Let's check it out. Oh, no, this is the relaxation room. Right, okay. Gin, even if it's fake outside, it feels nice, meow. Oh, that's nice. There's no need to be afraid. Right, I'm not afraid at all. So what did you wanted to talk about? Well, yes, I wanted to know, who you've traded tokens with. Alice, he's doing his best to collect Reko's tokens from people other than Reko. Aww, that's sweet. There's no need to be afraid. Aww. That's really sweet. I like that. Alright. And then there's also the rune corridor. Don't see anyone here. Now's not the time for attractions. Good point. Alright. Then I guess we will talk to these three. Q-Taro and Ranger are having a dispute in the middle of the lobby. Damn it, you gotta be screwing with me. Q-Taro, what's the matter? Sara, this ranger guy just said we can't go back to the first and second floors. I mean, you cleared them already, right? Hold on a second. Kai's laptop is down there. Who cares? We'll just confiscate that thing. No way. Damn it, it was unmistakably a clue. That laptop's the last thing I want to let you guys take. Sheesh. Keiji. Bet Q-Taro wants to find the truth about Kai. About Kai? What a troublesome guy, leaving mystery after mystery. Yeah, he really could have tried to explain things a little better in his last moments. But instead he wanted to be a great moral support and encouragement for Sara. Was Kai a good person? Was Kai a bad person? Was Kai a good person? I wonder if Kai was a good person after all. Some aspects suggest it. His anger for the victims and resistance against the kidnappers. Was Kai acting for good or for evil? Just whose side was he on? And we ended up making Kai a victim without knowing anything about him. Yeah, we chose to kill him. We could have killed anyone else. Especially since it was revealed at the end that Joe was most likely the sacrifice. So that left us like with complete openings to vote for whoever. But yeah. But we can make inferences. That's right, inferences! The most important thing you learn in English class. Inferences? Friend or foe? Let's consider the possibilities. First, Kai confessed to having some contact with the kidnappers. Oh. So one possibility is that Kai was with the baddies. Keiji? No. Like a director of the death game, for instance. Yet, Kai drew the sage card and died. In his last moments, he said he entrusted me his hopes. I can't imagine him as an enemy. Incidentally, Sara, you really didn't have any acquaintance with Kai? No. Huh. Then how about this one? Something like Kai betrayed the kidnappers. And he was executed as an example? He did sock Miley after all. It's possible he earned their wrath, but maybe that's not it. Then, here's the next possibility. Kai was on our side, but had some sort of communication with the kidnappers. Though in the same situation as all of us, he did dealings or missions in the shadows. Missions? Like what? You remember the first trial everyone took, right? Yes, that game where I was tied to a bed and we had to find the key. It wasn't the same for everybody. Didn't Q-Taro say so? Good cover-up for your own. For your own execution. Or for your own first trial. Yes, for Q-Taro, the trial was just to carry the box with Miley's head. Ah, is that what you mean by missions? Yep. In short, Kai might have also been entrusted with a different mission. Like, ensnare the other participants. No way! In other words, he was being manipulated, like a disposable pawn. Gah. There's one more. A very slight possibility, but one your friendly policeman would like to hope for. Eh? The possibility we've got an ally on the side of the kidnappers. In other words, there's a traitor among them, trying to destroy the death game from the inside. That person was in contact with Kai and had him assist with the plan. Well, Sora, think that's out of the question? One of the kidnappers is our ally? It's inconceivable. It's possible. I have no proof that could fully deny it, but looks like you can't wrap your head around it. There are clearly some illogical aspects, so... Well, all that's just my hope, anyhow. Could be interesting if Miley was related to this, though. Oh, I wonder if that's true. Maybe Miley is on our side, or is some kind of middle person. I really enjoy hearing Keiji's theories about this, since all of them are like very possible theories, and we still don't know if any of them are true or wrong. Keiji. I was just thinking, has there been a similar case? What organization could do this? What organization could do this? As a policeman, you don't have any ideas about an organization capable of executing this death game, do you? I might. What? It was decades ago, apparently, but I've read the files. There was a battle for influence between major crime rings. At the time, the police were putting their all into exterminating these organizations. Those living in the shadows had it pretty rough, so crime rings started laying waste to their own. But if you're just gonna mutually destroy each other, it's better to join hands, they thought. And so they executed a plan to unify the crime rings into one monolith, in the ways of violence they're so adept at. Don't tell me that was... Yes, a death game. A mutual slaughter with rules. Scary stuff. Oh, love that. I love that sentence. A mutual slaughter with rules. The representatives had a grand battle, and only one person survived. That survivor reigned at the top of the criminal society. I think it was called the Hades incident. Oh, Hades incident. Shot to the top of the criminal underworld, hence the Hades incident. But ultimately, the organization collapsed afterward. Justice always prevails. The police do their job sometimes, right? Unless the police is a part of the criminal ring and just use that as like a way to die down the Hades incident, kind of cover up for it, like make it seem like it was all solved, when in actuality it was not solved at all. How relevant is this to this? Is it to this? Why didn't you mention it? Well done. Well done. You did well. Don't mention it. I don't like being treated like a dog. In that case, no treats for you. If we make it out alive, I might accept some. Love that. More importantly, we better get moving. Ranger was mentioning that the rest of the attractions have opened up all around here. Is that so? Think it'd be good to go look for him? Tell me if I can help out with something. This policeman will be your partner, Seta. Lovely. The attractions. I'll go look around. Yep. You can depend on Mr. Policeman anytime. Exploring comes first. Might find something besides attractions. Sounds good. Well, I think we will explore and find the rest of the attractions in the next video. So yes, let me know your thoughts on our whole conversation with Mishima and what he told us. He didn't have that much information that'd be useful, but he did mention now having a sad past, and he also almost asked us to break his monitor, or we can infer that he was going to ask us to break his monitor but wasn't confident enough to ask. We can infer that because later on he asks Reko to destroy his monitor after Reko and Mishima have their conversation. And then we ought to find out that we are not allowed to go to the first and second floor anymore, and Q-Taro's not happy about that. And then Keiji and Seta, discussed possibilities of Kai's relationship to the kidnappers and whose side he was on. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on all of that, and I hope to see you all in the next video where we will try out another attraction. Hope to see you all then. Bye!